Good morning. This is Authorized United States Magistrate Stanley Seaford on 18C2, a concurrence of 12C869. Let's go into some facts. First of all, why was I authorized as a U.S. magistrate? Because Dana Durnell decided she wanted a piece of property, considering she was the FBI agent at 1086 Galway Road in Hedgesville, West Virginia, intercepting my mail for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Now, fact of the matter is, Rosetta Elshai sold me the property and home. As a matter of fact, Rosetta's exact words was, "Fuck Jose," when she signed that bill of sale. That was her exact words. I have a tendency to remember what people say to me. I can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Dana Durnell has been contracting hits on me, and the Bureau was aware of the hit of the clone phones and the signal jammers to interrupt my signals, which is a hit because it's an action that is paid for to remove a problem. My live videos and my posting to social media is the problem. That's what the clone phones hit is for with the signal jammers. If you wonder what I'm doing, well, my fiance Carolyn Michelle Rickert kind of likes corned beef and cabbage. When I bought it, yeah, I gave it to her, but like I told her, the thing is, you were supposed to give me your hand in marriage. That's a fact. With that being said, that was what was the deal was. Well, later on we decided we didn't want to get married. So technically, it was still half mine and half hers. When I sold it, her and my daughter Christina Jenkins went out splurging with $2,500. And yes, Christina Jenkins is my biological daughter. She had first data taken actually due to DNA tests to prove that. Now, whether or not she has any knowledge of the contract that hit by her friend MD, whose old lady T basically explained to me what the deal was, that's neither here nor there. But here's a fact. Fact is, Dana Durnell has been in contact with MD as well as with Tristan Com and a Mr. Edwards here at 134 Broadway, who loves using his little signal jammer. Well, that signal jammer's a hit on a U.S. judge. And no, Carrie, authorized U.S. judge, yeah, you're right, they make that kind of money, but the thing is, I don't get paid till I prosecute my case. And no, I don't need a fancy courtroom. I can set bail at my apartment. As long as I've got a quarters where I can take the defendants to the side, post their bail, print out their bond paper with the court date and all, and give them a notification for court. Now, thing of the matter is, people, bondsmen, fugitive recovery agents, since Dana Durnell and Rosetta Elshai, human trafficker, decided to resort to contracting hits on my life, that's where it goes to the next level. Now, you fugitive recovery agents all across America, you can come to me for a copy of the warrant, and you can, under federal criminal rule procedure, take them into custody. And yes, I'm to take the monies from the bond and rent a quarters for prosecution if another judge doesn't decide to pick it up. But Jim Justice, was you involved in these contracted hits? And how about you there, Joe Manchin III? Because you was governor when my clemency paperwork was first sent to your office. Kathy Justice is one that called and admitted. And yes, my fiance will show up in court and testify that she heard you say that, Kathy. And no, I don't like hearing myself talk. I like putting the truth out there. Just like my cousins, the Buttses, up here on Cannon Avenue, has been spending a lot of time down here at the building. Did Joshy put you all up to that? Or was it Stephanie? Either way, cousins, you need to back up. And you need to stay up there on Cannon Avenue. You think I can't prove we're cousins? Try again. Yeah. My woman did tell her mother that I was authorized as a U.S. judge, and the Hagerstown Social Security Office knows it. Why? Because Rosetta Elshot embezzled an additional $1,500. That's why. So yeah, the contracted hits of the signal of using the signal device is a contracted hit by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The claim phones is a contracted hit by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The theft of my U.S. mail is a contracted hit by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. What they wasn't aware of was the contracted hits on my life, like Dana Janelle paying Josh DeFranco, who actually admitted to me that Dana Janelle gave him the fentanyl laced joint to give to me. That's a fact. Another fact. T told on MD. MP basically broke it off. Why you think the FBI brought me to shit? TD already have a second assault on mine. It's life if I would have did the hit. Really? And again, of course, my witnesses, if they're questioned by someone else, is going to deny what they said for safety reasons. That's a fact. Oh, wow. I guess the TV's flashing. Who knows? Who cares? Fact of the matter is, I am a U.S. judge. Rosetta, you want to talk about what's illegal? Embezzling money from the handicapped or disabled is illegal. Contracting hits on someone's life, that's illegal. Contracting the use of a signal device, Dana, that's illegal. Theft of U.S. mail, that's illegal. No, why was Dana stealing my mail? Let's explain that. Because she had to intercept the clemency paperwork for the clemency and compensation that the state of West Virginia has already admitted they owed me, as well as the theft of the money I won from the West Virginia legislation from the Department of Highways that Curtis Keller took and cashed at Western Union. Again, that's why the FBI had Dana Janelle intercepting my mail. Yeah, try that on for size. And I can prove each and every word is 100% true. That's why I'm doing this on YouTube. Now, fact of the matter is, I drink a lot of coffee. Instant. I'll drink perk, but I prefer instant. Now, Jim Justice, what do you have in these contracted hits on my life? And how about you there, Curtis Keller? What do you got in these contracted hits on my life? If you ain't got nothing to do with these hits on my life, Curtis Keller, appear at my quarters here at 136 Broadway, courtroom 2WR, and set your bond. Same goes for you, Trooper Cook. If you don't have anything in these contracted hits on my life, by MD and Josh DeFranco, prove it. Show up and set your bond. I'll be a reasonable judge on your bond. Same thing goes for you there, Shelley Moore Capito. And Nevsky Polonsky. Maybe I should add you in the warrant, because you're admitting in the social media that you're talking about defrauding the American citizens and committing crimes. You know, I'm authorized on this case, but since I'm authorized on one case, I can't actually build a new case. So Nancy Pelosi, are you going to admit to stealing funds from American citizens? Because the Social Security Fund is where hardworking citizens like me has paid it in. I don't get no handout check. And the open heart surgery I had was actually an experimental surgery because nobody's aorta normally gets ripped off. In 2003, I was in a motorcycle wreck. The aorta was ripped from my heart. Both my lungs filled up with blood. So yes, I am here doing God's work to get justice. Now, Jim Justice, if you don't have anything in these contracts that hits on my life by Dana Janelle and human trafficker Rosetta Elshai that you all paid a child to traffic, a home, and a job for the false information in 18C279, I suggest you show up here at my quarters and set your bond with Kathy Justice, Joe Manchin III, and Shelley Moore Capito, who I actually know personally. I actually put up billboards for her when she was first running. And no, I'm not on no drugs. I like marijuana for pain, but it doesn't get me high. That's what sucks. But then again, I'm in so much pain it's unreal. I got bit by a spider and I'm still suffering from that shit. But yeah, and your own pal and Director Ray of the FBI, if you don't have anything in these contracts that hits on my life, you need to be showing up with that $9.5 million that you all have in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York with my name on it. I actually have an account with the Federal Reserve Bank here in Hagerstown that we can transfer it into, and there won't be no transfer fees. How you like that? Awesome sauce, right? Now, another thing, when she goes to log into her Facebook, it's still showing FBI agents on it. I mean, really? Haven't you realized you're not going to stop the truth? Yeah, March will make a year, but the thing is, I'm not pushing for a year. This shit needs to get done and over with now that they're trying to kill me. First of all. Second of all, Federal Criminal Rule Procedure, there's no limit, no statute on federal criminal law. Especially when I can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Rosetta Elshai embezzled money from Carolyn, my client and fiance. And I bet you the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department has proof of that embezzlement. And I even bet you Dana Janelle's got proof of that embezzlement. But hey, Dana, you better get a bondsman and be showing up in my courtroom because I'm calling Director Ray in the morning. You can bank on that. And don't think I can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt the contract that hits, especially the contract that hit with Mark Klein and J.W. Smith, where you use federal resources to help Mark Klein and J.W. Smith buy the salvage yard located on Cannon Hill. Yeah, J.W. Smith isn't the only owner. Mark Klein is too. Yeah, imagine that. Talk about cruddy. Can't get no cruddier than that. But then again, he was collecting disability for a year after his mother passed away as a caregiver. Try that for Social Security fraud, Brian. I could prove that one too. Imagine that. But the FBI is probably trying to cover that Jones up. Well, again, Jerome Powell, if you ain't, and Director A, you don't have anything in these contracts that hits on my life by Dana Janelle at 1086 and Go-Away Road in Hedgesville, West Virginia, and Rosetta Lynn Elshai, human trafficker, my sister. I'm not going to give out her address. She's my sister. But at any rate, you don't have anything on these contracts that hits on my life? Fine. Show up with the $9.5 million. Jim, show up with the $13.5 with the truck, the deeds, as well as the full clemency. Again, I got all the proof. Prove me wrong. Look and check how long Edith Klein was dead and Mark Klein was receiving Social Security benefits as her caregiver. How you taking care of somebody that's dead? Imagine that.